everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kim and today we're doing my October wrap up. So how was I doing in October? Well, not that well. Not that well at all. This month I participated in one readathon and that was Spookopoly with Becca over at Becca and the Books. We rolled 2 6-sided dice and we hopped around the Bookopoly board, and this is one of my favourite readathons. I absolutely love it. I love going around the board and finding books that match each prompt. But I think after Magical, I'm feeling very slumpy. And I'm very busy at the moment, so I'm not getting the time to read that I want to, which is a shame. Let's go through my stats for October. The amount of books that I read this month was 8. I read 8 books. I read a total of 2,880 pages, which breaks down to an average of 92 pages per day. Definitely not my best month, and I think it might be my worst month this year. As for star ratings, I gave out 5 3-star, 1 4-star, and 2 5-star. That breaks down to an average of 3.6 for the month. Okay, so let's go through what I actually did read this month. So the first book that I read this month was for pumpkin carving, which was Faces on the Cover. So for this reason, I picked up The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. It has faces on the cover. This is the beautiful Evernight edition with a pretty awesome hardcover. I really enjoyed this. I liked the magic system. I liked the witchcraft in here. I liked the characters. It took a little while to get into, but I enjoyed it. I had fun. So it got 4 stars. The next one on here was for Scroll Feed. I went onto Instagram and, excuse the lorry going past. I went onto Instagram and the first picture that came up was from Steph over at Steph Loves, who had Clown in the Cornfield 3 at top of a very big stack of books. And I haven't read Clown in the Cornfield 1 yet, so I picked that up. And I am so glad that I did. This gave me the teenage slasher vibes that I was after. I loved the eerie setting. I got along with the characters. I had fun with this. So it got 5 stars. The next one that I read, I landed on Grady Hendrix, which was to read a book with humour in it. So for that reason, I picked up Everyone on This Train is a Suspect, and I really enjoyed this. I love this author's writing. It feeds you little clues here and there. Sometimes you pick them up, sometimes you don't. So I loved the characters. We got to see characters from previous book in this one as well, and I didn't guess this one. But looking back, I can see all the little tidbits that he was giving so that you do try and figure it out. But yeah, I had fun with this one, so this got 5 stars. The next one that I read was for Dice Roll Roulette. This is you roll 2 6-sided dice and each of the dots on the dice corresponds to the amount of pages you have to read. I rolled a 7, and so that meant that I had to read, I think it was between 314 and 375 pages or something along those lines. So I picked up this one, which is 357 pages. It is The King is Dead by Benjamin Dean. This, I liked it, I just didn't love it. I went into this thinking that it was quite a mystery in here, and it wasn't. It wasn't what I was after at the time. I enjoy the writing. I do love Benjamin Dean's writing. I didn't connect with this as much as I wanted to, so it got 3 stars. The next one that I read was on Becca Rec. I picked this one up because she, I think, did 2 Spookopoly recommendation videos, and I think this was on both. So I picked up The Furies by Katie Lowe. This, I liked the characters, but this is supposed to be a witchy book and it wasn't as witchy as I wanted it to be. It was rather slow for my taste as well, so it got 3 stars. The next one is I rolled a double. I rolled Leatherface, which is a book that contains family. I also Because I rolled the double, I had to roll again and get another prompt and combine the 2 prompts together. I rolled a chance card. I had a list of books that I wanted to read and some that I didn't quite want to get to yet. Listed 1 through 12, random number generator, I ended up 12. So I ended up reading The Godfather, which combined the prompt perfectly. It meant that I didn't have to read 2 books for 1 prompt. This, I liked the family aspect. Oddly, I liked the mafia aspect. It's probably me being in the slump that I'm in, but I felt bored in the middle. So for that reason, it got 3 stars. The next one was Dice Roll Roulette. It's the second time we landed on this square. Once again, I rolled 2 6-sided dice. I ended up with 7 again. So again, I had to read between, I think it was 314 and 375 pages. So for that reason, I picked up, yes, I know it's not spooky and I wanted to read spooky this month, but I had to get to this one. It was Want by Gillian Anderson. I liked Gillian's writing and I liked some of the stories in there, but when you get to about halfway, it kind of feels a little repetitive. So for that reason, I gave it 3 stars. But I would like to read more from Gillian in the future. And then the final one was that I landed on Randomise Your TBR. So for this, I put every book that was on my TBR video onto a spinner wheel and it landed on Macbeth. I have read Macbeth before in the past when I was in school. I studied it when I was in school. So I had an inkling of what it was about. Most of it I'd forgotten because it was a while ago. Your girl ain't young anymore. But for the most part, I enjoyed it. But there was a little bit of a language barrier with it being Shakespeare. And I think again, because I was in the slump, it seemed like it was longer than it needed to be. So for that reason, it got 3 stars. And that is everything that I read in October. What do you think? There's a lot of books that I need to carry over till next month. So November, hopefully I can get out of this slump and start reading. But then I am away for the first week of November, so I don't know how it's going to go. But we can hope that I'm going to be able to read quite a lot. Anyway, I shall leave you there. So, as always, down in my description box you can find a link to all of my socials. Come give me a follow on Goodreads, on Instagram, on X and on StoryGraph. You can like this video, you can comment and you can subscribe if you want to. Or let me know you're here without actually talking to me. Leave me the poo emoji because I had a terrible month. And I will see you next time. Doodles.